Have you ever been surfing on your phone or computer and just thought to yourself, man, I really hate the internet? There's plenty out there in cyberspace just waiting to trigger you. Good news, you're not alone. Mike Logan hates it too, and he's here to tell us why. Well, maybe we don't have time for all of it, but he's got another comedy special coming up appropriately titled Mike Logan Hates the Internet. Hi, Mike.
Hey, Todd. How you been,
I'm
man?
so happy to hear about that. I love this special.
Thank you.
This isn't new. I mean, it's kind of new.
Yep.
You've been doing it for a little bit. Tell people what this Mike Logan Hates the Internet experience brings.
I'd love to. So it's Mike Logan Hates the Internet, or How I Learned to Stop Scrolling and Love Fact Checks.
There we go.
And essentially, it's like, you guys know me. Like, I'm all over social media. I'm absorbing the internet. I'm 38 years old. I was born with it kind of idea. And I'm so frustrated with it sometimes. And I thought to myself, like, how do I help other people ease their frustration with the internet? And so I devised essentially like a hilarious educational lesson. It's interactive.
It's a PowerPoint.
It's a very, very good PowerPoint. But it's a really great show that highlights kind of the dangers of the internet, the naivete that we face in the internet, the cliches that we run into, the problems, the stress, how to deal with it. And I just kind of put a microphone up to it and show you, hey, it's not that serious. Like, let's take it back to the days when, I remember when I was younger and the internet was just fun.
Right.
Well, let's go back to just being fun.
Do you remember the good old days of the internet? You know, the dial tones, remember those? So is this more of a comedy show, or is this, you say, I thought maybe it could have been just a big old complaint fest of like, let's just talk about all the things we hate about the internet. But no, you're trying to say that I walk away from this with some tools I could use?
Yes, this is definitely not a hate fest. I definitely obviously dislike some things and we go through it. But by the end of the show, it's very much like, here's all the great stuff about the internet, and here's where we kind of steered a little bit wrong, and here's how we course correct. So it's very interactive too. Like, a lot of people, everybody at the shows get a lot of opportunities to chime in, and we play fun games during it. It's like being in school again, except your instructor is me.
And a lot more fun. So this is a comedy show. You can have your phone out.
Yes, you can.
Right.
You can have it. I mean, there's parts in the show where I like literally say, Google that.
Yeah, right. Pull this out. Now, where is all this magic happening?
This is at AllArtGallery, which is a great venue here in town over on Cesar Chavez by Founders Brewery. I've done a couple of shows with them when I was doing Don't Tell Comedy, and we've just kind of formed a great mutual respect. I love the stuff they did during Art Prize last year over at DeVos, and we kind of just serendipitously hit it off. And we did the second show I did kind of a rough run through over at the Muse, and then did the nice big full first show over at All Artworks, and it was such a great turnout. And the guys there, John, Fenton, and Chris, were just so kind and so welcoming, and they loved the show, and they loved the vision, and really excited about the rest of the stuff we got coming the rest of the year.
I can feel your energy right now, Mike, because I mean, as an artist, you're putting something out there, right?
Yeah.
You've got an idea, you don't know if people are going to show up, and I was following you on social media. A lot of people showed up for that show.
Yes. I was pretty nervous actually, because it is kind of a new concept for me, and it was stepping out of my comfort zone and changing the way I deliver my style and my message, which I want to say specifically, I always have a message when I tell my comedy. So I'm really excited, and I'm sure you can feel the energy of it. It's just a new, like, fresh idea, and it's like creative, and it stretches my muscles, and it's educational, which is always important to me. Like, I want my audience to leave having had a really good time, having learned something, and hopefully by the end of this show, fact-checking stuff.
Fact-checking is not as hard as you think it is.
It is not that hard.
It really isn't. So let's talk about the next show. I mean, obviously, I sense these are going to be happening for a while. This has struck a nerve with a lot of people, as you can see by how many people showed up for that last one. So when is this next show happening?
So this one is this Friday, March 21st, I believe that's the date this Friday.
It's going to come up on Friday, March 21st.
Yes.
February 21st?
February 21st.
I was going to say, March is a ways away.
February 21st, my bad.
Right.
That'll be this Friday, February 21st is the next show. And like I said, last time we had a great turnout. And even if you went to the last show, this show has got 30 new minutes. Because, you know, the Super Bowl halftime shows happened.
Oh, my goodness.
The TikTok ban went into effect for 5 hours.
You're never going to run out of material.
This show, every time this show happens, like every time I announce it, you're going to want to go, because it's always going to be up to date. It's always going to be accurate as to what's going on currently in the internet space. And I'm really excited for the end of this week.
I just love the title. Mike Logan Hates the Internet. There you go. You know, and you can learn how to fact check and learn a whole bunch of stuff and have a good time doing it. Can I get a cocktail while I'm there?
You can get a cocktail while you're there.
Have yourself a drink while you're there, too. Tickets $15. Doors open at 7:30. You can learn more by following them on Facebook. We'll be right back.